Hello, Taurus. My name is Nigel. You have found alchemy. Welcome to your April 2025 reading. Now, I don't know if you've listened to your spring reading yet. It was a spring summary for April, May, and June. And as promised during that reading, here are the cards from that month. I told you we would pull them back out and expand upon them. So here we are. Let's go over this a little bit again, just so you have an idea in case you did not watch that reading. You have the High Priestess. And this is, in this particular deck, the only affiliation this card has is water and moon. And the High Priestess tells us to trust our gut. Your intuition will serve you. Many Taurians depend on logic. And the High Priestess in this deck especially is a balance of security and toughness. It's duality from the masculine and the feminine. And when I say that, I'm not talking about sexes. I'm talking about the masculine being that fiery, driven, confident side of us, and that feminine side, which is intuitive and compassionate. So we have both inside us. And she, oops, let me put this back where it was because I really believe this is important. Exactly how it was. We both have that balance inside us. The High Priestess runs on her intuition more than anything else. And if you notice, there is a moon on her head, and that moon is divinely feminine. And to drive that point home, we also pull the divine feminine card. So intuition here, Taurus, is going to be your friend. You may be in the habit, let me move this because that will drive me crazy. I hate when everything's out of place. You may be in the habit of talking to other people about your issues or things that are going on in your life. You may be in the habit of logicking it out. All that is great. When I have a problem, I really do enjoy turning to Taurus people because they're much more grounded. Even though I have a Taurus moon, I have a highly watery and air-laden chart. So bottom line is that earth grounds me. You may be someone who is used to relying on logic, and this month, you're being asked to go inside and accept that intuitive nudge when you feel it. You have the devil in reverse here. And this is Capricorn energy. And this is a release of bad habits, toxic behavior. There may be remnants from toxic behavior that you've already let go of, right? It may be something that you may have conveniently missed. There is something in your personality, and let's face it, all of us have it, but there is something specific in your personality. You may be working on yourself, but this is the remnants of what's left, right? You also have the Page of Swords, and the Page of Swords is Mercury and Gemini energy, right? And this is a pretty logical, air and earth are pretty logical. But more than that, it's a logical sort of defensiveness, right? And that makes sense for you. But this also could represent messages going back and forth between you and someone else. The pages could be messages, messengers, right? The advice here, as we noted in your spring reading, is ironically the Tower. And the Tower is, a lot of people believe it's Scorpio Pluto energy. A lot of people believe it's Mars Aries energy. No matter what you believe about the astrological correspondence, it is a change. It could be looked at as a brave leap of faith. And it is change in this particular reading as a necessity, right? It's necessary to change something here. Change the way you're doing something. Change the way you're perhaps speaking to someone else. Change the way you're approaching something. This could be your work life. It could be your goals, or it could be a relationship. It does pay to note that the devil and the Tower are consecutive in the tarot deck, right? So there is something that's going on that's supposed to happen. You're supposed to be seeing something, some toxic behavior within yourself that you are meant to not only see but eradicate. Whatever Taurus I'm reading for right now has done a lot of work on themselves. This is the last bit of work that you need to do, okay? Let's move on to your oracle. So have some patience with me here, Taurus. I've been having electronic problems since the Mercury retrograde has begun. So we're approaching a vital part of it anyway. So yeah, it's this reading and the reading I did before. I don't know what happened, but I'm just letting you know we do have the vinegar card, and the vinegar card is number 34 in this deck. It basically, vinegar has a very distinctive taste. When it rolls off our tongue or onto our tongue, we pucker. Very, very distinctive, right? Just be very careful about how you word things. Read the room, okay? Definitely read the room. Understand who you're speaking to, understand how it might be interpreted, understand how you may have to word things a little bit differently if this situation is something that you really care about. Okay, I got it to focus. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't ignore it. Basically, you have the mentor card, and the mentor card is number 6 in this deck. And the mentor is the teacher. It's the teacher. It's the guru. The mentor has a gift for reading a room and sensing the words and the ingredients that will stimulate growth. And this could be you. You could be working in a job that makes you mentor-like. You could be stepping into this role this month in one way or the other. You're being asked to read the room, to be careful what you say, to use your skills. You have them. To use your skills in a way that maybe you don't always use them, okay? There is someone here that needs that. A shadow aspect of the mentor is someone who forgets humility and mistakes themselves as source and not the conduit. So, in other words, don't be full of yourself during this time. Be very humble, okay? Have your hat in your hand. You have number 25 here, and it says, I am intelligent. It says you have a great ability to take in what's just basically says what we just said, right? Take in and process information on both conscious and subconscious levels. Your curiosity is endless, and your desire to dive deep into a variety of subjects will bring you an immense awareness to the world. I am intelligent. You certainly are, Taurus. It's time to exercise that intelligence in ways that you don't normally. There is something going on this month that you're going to need your intelligence for in a different way. It could be your emotional intelligence. It could be your. It could be the way you read people. You may have to read someone or something differently. You have the sign of Scorpio here. And Scorpio, as we know, is related to the planet Pluto. And we talked about the tower being very plutonic, right? Pluto is a planet of rebirth. It's a planet of death, and it's also a planet of rebirth, the death of one thing and the birth of another. So Pluto comes in and basically annihilates one thing because it basically pushes you to your best, pushes you to something different. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that in this reading already. Pluto, look at Pluto as an opportunity. You're receiving an opportunity for change if you want to accept it. No matter what reading you listen to, nothing's going to be set in stone unless you make certain decisions. I'm just telling you the energy that's available to you this month. Now, you have also have an opportunity for romance. It says romance, it is a sacred power. Let it come to me this hour. And if you've watched any of my readings, you know, and this is out of focus again, it's going to drive me batshit. Okay. You know that when these particular cards come in the upright, it's different from coming in the reverse. When they come in the reverse, it's something that's going to come to you no matter what you do. This is going to depend on the choices you make this month. Let me see if I could. There you go. Yay. The romance that comes to you this month is going to be very dependent on reading the room, on approaching something differently with a different kind of intelligence. Your intuitive side, your compassionate side has to kick in order for you to receive these gifts, okay? Let's look at these Norse cards. I've been doing that this month, and I'm really enjoying them. You have Valkyria. Now, this archetype is also very scorpionic, right? It's death, it's battle, it's rebirth. This battle could be going on inside yourself. It tells us that there is beauty somewhere that you may not initially see upon first glance. There is something that you're missing, you're overlooking, and it is something very, very good. But there is a battle that will rage inside you this month. You also have sin, and see, it says opportunity right on the card. There is a doorway she's being invited to walk through, and this is whether you're male or female. Taurus, what is your deepest desire? Truly. Especially in the realm of romance and love. What is it that you really want? You have to figure that out. You have an opportunity this month. Your deepest desires are on the table. You could miss this. You could miss this. So really look at the doorways that have opened. Look at what you need to do to walk through them. And, I'm not telling you what to do, but make a decision, because in my opinion, we're only afforded so many chances, right, at something, and before those chances disappear. So definitely consider, you're a very smart sign, consider what's here on the table, okay, this month. You have the letters W and C. No, is it C? No, it's G. W, is it C? Wait a minute, let me see. It's G. Is it C? No, I think it's C. God, I can't even tell. I believe it's G. Okay, it's W and G. But this could be someone's initials. It could be the like I always say, a restaurant, a street name, an airport, a company, a country. It could be literally anything. Keep these. You only have 2 this month, so keep them close by. And by the end of the month, one of them or both of them will mean something to you. But definitely keep this under your hat. Here you have, for these charms, it says never give up. This could be a motto that you have. This certainly should be a motto that you have this month. You have the number 11, and because this is a dice, I really wanted to make sure it didn't fall on a different number. The number 11 is a cardinal number. It is a number of initiation. It is a number of, it's a bridging number. It's a bridge from one part of your life to another, and that bridge are your decisions. So you have the number 11 here, and you also have the alien. And the alien here, I always look at like it's the sign of Aquarius, to be honest with you, because we're known as the aliens of the zodiac, and it is upside down. So you could have an Aquarian that is highly aspected in this reading. You could have a Aquarius highly aspected in your chart. That could be also something that is alien to you, a way of proceeding, a way of doing something, a way of approaching something that could be alien to you, that need your attention in that way this month. So let's just keep that there, and we'll tie everything together, okay? Now, let's look at your tarot. Here are your 3 legs. When we talk about 3 legs in a general reading, we're talking about 3 separate time frames. And, people get back to me and say, well, the last leg happened on the first leg. Well, sure, that could absolutely happen. This isn't a science, right? So let's look at your first leg. Your first leg has something to do with fire energy, right? Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. You could have fire highly aspected in your chart. Someone else can. Or at the very least, you're being asked to step into this energy. What did I say? It's a masculine energy. It is. So you're balancing your feminine and your masculine. But I have to tell you, it's more feminine related this month. It is more compassionate in your feelings. It's intuitive. It's different. But you have to sort of balance it with when to take action. Read the room, right? Read your audience. You have the 9 of Pentacles, which is Venus in Virgo energy. And this is a very successful card. But it is success that's not unified with another person. It is success that's independent. It's you being solitary. This leads right into the Tower in reverse. And, we talked about the Tower up here, Scorpio, Pluto energy, Aries, Mars energy, resisting. This is a resistance. You're resisting the advice. You are. And if you're not doing that right at this moment, you're going to be doing that at some point. Resisting that advice, right? The advice that I gave you, that you need to sort of, you need to experience that necessary change, right? Resisting that Pluto energy that we discussed above. This leads you into the Emperor in reverse. And the Emperor is Aries energy. That is fire energy, right? Right here, fire energy. And Aries is also, a roommate of April, March and April. So March and April might mean something here. But Emperor in reverse is trying to exert control, resistance to something, trying to be that controlling Taurus that always suited you, that may not suit you this time. When we add this column up and we break it down, believe it or not, we get the number 11 again. You're being asked to cross a bridge. You have every opportunity to do that, and you have every opportunity to just pull away and say, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to make the changes necessary for this bridge, for this new thing. On your second leg here, you have change, courage. Yes, change is going to take courage. It's going to require courage. It's going to require faith as well. And you have justice here in reverse. Justice in reverse is the number 11 again. Think about it. The 11 came out again. But when it's in reverse, there is an imbalance, right? This could also represent an injustice that has been done to you, or an injustice that has been done to someone close to you. This could represent a legal matter, but it doesn't have to. It could just literally just be an imbalance and an injustice around you. The center card of your reading is the Page of Cups, and the Page of Cups is Moon in Cancer. And it being that it is the center of your reading, it's an important card. And it is an offer or a message of love. There is a message of love here on the table, an offer. Do you take it? You have the Magician coming in sideways. And the Magician is represented by Aquarius, at least to me. But some people look at it like it's Aries, and you have Aries a lot in this reading. And some people also claim that it is Gemini. So I'm just throwing it all out there. And the Magician coming in sideways is a decision. You're deciding on whether you have the tools it takes to go this route, or you could be deciding on whether someone is manipulating you or not. You could be suspicious. And, I know a lot of Taurians can be suspicious, right? To me, it's street smarts. But, the bottom line is you're making a decision. Do I trust this? Do I trust this situation, this offer, this... is this person telling me the truth? Is this person on the up and up? When we add this up and we break it down, we get Jupiter energy. Do you have the courage to look at this differently? Do you have the courage to expand your universe? It's number 3. Now, on your final leg, it just blows my mind here that you have Pluto energy. Again, I'm telling you something. You're being offered something here, but something within you has to change in order for you to really accept it, in order for you to really grow from it. This doesn't come without a cost, but the cost isn't something that you're going to have to sacrifice. It's not a huge sacrifice. It's just a change that you're going to have to make on how you approach something or how you think about something. You have all 3 cards are major arcana on this leg, and there's Pluto energy involved. So it's a very important leg. You have the Chariot in reverse, and the Chariot is Cancer energy. And it is you not moving forward, right? Now, you could interpret that 2 ways. Right? For many of you, it means you're not going to go ahead and do what you need to do. For others of you, it could mean that you're not going away from this. You're actually going to stay and do the work. It is non-movement. And sometimes non-movement is good, and sometimes it's stubborn and it's not good. You have the Hermit coming in here in reverse as well. All these cards are in reverse on this leg. And it is Virgo energy, moving outside yourself for answers, not doing what you usually do. Not relying on that inner voice. It's more intuition than it is your inner voice. Your inner voice is going to be more logical, and logic has no place in this reading. You have the Celestial Warrior. Perhaps in the past, this is actually more Cancer energy. Perhaps in the past, you have been a warrior of sorts, and it's worked for you. But your question is, do you fight for this or not? Or do you approach this in that same warrior fashion that you always have? Pluto energy is here to tell you that something needs to change. It absolutely does. This is a very important leg. Now let's look at your challenges. And it doesn't really surprise me that for your challenges, you have cycle, change, completion. This is more Scorpio, Pluto energy. It's going to be a challenge for you. There's going to be an unexpected storm. Here is your tower, okay? How you handle this is going to pretty much mean everything. You have the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is Mercury and Taurus energy, and this is a new goal. It's a new challenge. Do you take it? You have the Knight of Wands here in reverse, and this is Jupiter in Sagittarius energy. A warning against being impulsive, because your impulsivity, your impulsiveness is going to be what you usually do, right? You have the Strength card, and that's Leo, more fire energy, right? Acquiring strength to do what is in your heart to do something different. It's a challenge. It doesn't mean it's impossible. It's not. It's actually quite possible. It's actually a good idea, but you're going to find it a little challenging, is all I'm saying. When we add this up and we break it down, we get Saturn, which is Capricorn, Aquarius energy. It's karma, it's lessons, it's tasks that you need to complete here, Taurus. Now, on your final leg, you have, and these are your opportunities. You have the opportunity to release something, to purge something, to do something different, to get rid of baggage that you might have been carrying. You have the Three of Wands as an opportunity. The Three of Wands is Mars and Aries energy, and this is my manifestation card. So you have the ability to manifest something very different for yourself here. And you have the High Priestess again. Here is your High Priestess. All the same things that I talked about, that Piscean energy, the opportunity to make a decision about whether to look at the opportunity to use that intuitive nudge. What is subconscious, right? What is subconsciously under your wish, right? You may wish for a person. Why do you wish for that person? What's under that? Is it, you may wish for this job. Now, what does that job represent to you? You have to look at your subconscious here. You have the more Piscean energy here with the Hanged Man. And here's your decision. You're going to have to make a decision on a new perspective. Looking at something in a new way. These are your opportunities. Here, there is something on the table being presented to you, and how you handle it here, Taurus. What comes out of your mouth. How deep you want to go on this dive to figure things out. There is something really good for you here. There's a bridge being built. Do you want to cross it? Right? When we add this column up and we break it down, we get Saturn again. So Saturn is not only your challenge, but it's your opportunity. It is that lesson. You have to learn this lesson, okay? If you want to move on, if you want to level up here. Now, let me get my other deck, and we'll pull a couple of cards from here, and then we'll do your numerology. For Taurus for April, please. For Taurus for April, please. For Taurus, up. The Wheel of Fortune, expansion. This is Jupiter energy again, right? Fixed energy like yourself, but Jupiter nonetheless. It says change cycles, inevitable fate. It is a very lucky card. It is a card of luck. When you spin that wheel, you have an opportunity. At the bottom of the deck, you have Taurus. You have Taurus, the Hierophant. Do you recommit, or do you commit to the situation? Do you recommit something to yourself? Yeah, definitely. Morality, ethics, Taurus. Let's do your numerology. So when we add all the numbers up in this reading and we break them back down, we get the number 5, which is Mercury. Mercury retrograde has been, driving us a little batshit in March, and it will be driving us a little batshit in April as we move away from that shadow. So when that clears, the smoke will clear for you to have this communicative conversation without being misunderstood, without perhaps misunderstanding someone else. Very important. But the number 5 is important. Now, when we talk about numbers in general, the 2 numbers that came out the most, number 1 was number 8, which is Saturn energy. Lessons. What did we say? It's a lesson for you to level up here. It's Capricorn, Aquarius energy. And also in second place, we have Jupiter. It's that expansive energy that we saw in the Wheel of Fortune and in several other places here in this reading. Your lucky numbers are 23, 34, 6, 25, 2, and 16. The signs we discussed were Taurus, Pisces, Virgo, Cancer, Libra, Sagittarius, Leo, Aquarius, Aries, Scorpio, Gemini, and Capricorn. The two signs that were brought up the most were Aquarius and Aries, which is that Saturn, Uranus energy, again, that Saturn energy again, and Mars, that confidence, moving forward with confidence here. The planet we spoke about the most, Saturn. So Saturn's a big deal. Saturn has come out over and over and over again. There is a karmic lesson here on the table. Do you want to move on from some sort of toxicity, that last bit of change that you need to make within yourself? Approach something in a different way so you can level up, so your life could be what you want it to be. Do let me know. I will talk to you soon. Namaste.